Hey, welcome everyone to our live stream. This is Ned from Caspio. Before I begin, just let me know that you can hear me okay, and we will begin with today's content. Welcome to many of you. Hey, Brian, good to see you. Hope you're having a good Monday. Sounding good? All right. Perfect. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Thanks, King Capo. Yeah, I still have one more symptom left from COVID, this lingering cough. You might actually hear me cough from time to time during today's live stream, but I have my lemon water here ready to go just in case. But otherwise, I feel okay. The only one that was really interesting, the one symptom that I had, I was feeling mentally sluggish to the point where you just don't feel motivated to do anything. And I don't know if that's a symptom of COVID or maybe I just wasn't feeling motivated, but for a couple of days there, physically, I was feeling fine. I didn't have any fatigue. It's just mentally. I just couldn't get myself to do much around the house or anything at all, really. And it's almost like borderline feeling depressed, but you're not really depressed. You just kind of have a mental block. You can't focus. So it was really strange. I've never felt that before. So it was kind of odd. I mean, I've been sick before, but that was new to me. But in any case, I think that's past me. The only thing, like I said, that's lingering, this nagging cough that I have, and my throat still dries up a little bit, but otherwise I feel okay. And I'm ready to continue the live stream. So hopefully by next Monday, I will be back at 100%. That's a struggle every Monday until 10 a.m. Good to know. Good to know. That's funny. All right, so let's begin today's content. I don't like to. I like to dive right into the main content. I know people are busy. It's Monday. You want to go about your day, and today's live stream is going to be short. I am piggybacking on what our support team came up with on our how-to, which is customized Caspio chart data pages, which has its pros and cons. The nice thing about it is that you can combine different charts and different elements. I'll show you how I combine the spline chart, the pie chart, and a bar chart together all in one. Like I said, there are pros and cons. I'm still dabbling with this myself. I have my pie charts code because I want to figure out how to include formatting into the chart. That's not really in the tutorial, so I'm kind of looking into it, and I'm going to try to figure this out before I give you guys the final code that you can download, as I always do. Now let me bring this back. So you may have seen this. It's a very simple tutorial where you can grab a little bit of script. You can put this in the footer of your data page. And with that, you can add different types of charts and plot different data onto the chart. So this one here is for a line chart. So for example, if you had, let's say, a bar chart and you wanted to do a line chart together with the bar chart, you can add this little bit of script, and that's going to put both of those charts together for you. Now, when I said pros and cons, you can use our combination chart that we have. So here is a combo chart that I put together. This is all standard features. I'm going to hit preview. All right, so this one is a bar chart and a spline chart on the top. Now, with the combo chart, the limitation is that you cannot do a series. You can't plot a series, right? So if I click edit to show you, see, I'm using a combination chart. I have my sales data, and then when you get to the configuration screen, you will notice that there's no way to create a series. I can't use a category and do a multiple bar charts, like in this example that I have here. So let me just open this up in a new tab. And in the custom one that I'm using, which is a spline chart, let me hit preview. You can see I can have a series and I can have a spline chart on the top. So what you need to do is you need to create a regular chart. So if I click edit on that one, we will create a regular chart, not a combination chart. So you do a regular one, because once you do a regular column chart, then you can do a series. So here, when we get here to the source settings, you can create a series from data in a single field. And then you add your category field. For me, it's region. You can see how my chart is splitting all the data based on region. And then in the footer section, now I can add my code, which I grabbed from How To, and you will see that I'm using a spline. And then we have a couple of CSS styling options here that I make the chart or the line chart or spline chart with be 2 pixels, radius 8, the line color. So this is the color of the line that goes across my area. So here you will see I'm using blue. Okay, so that's one thing you can do. Now the con, which I'm still trying to figure out here, is how to format this. You can see it's not presented in currency. I haven't figured out how to add a comma yet and digits after the decimal to limit that to maybe 0 or 2. So that's still, I'm working on that. I will figure that out before I share this document with you guys. And another limitation is that when you click inside the legend, you can see how we can remove some of the elements here from the series. However, the total up here is still the grand total. It still gives you the whole total of the data for that month. Okay, it doesn't remove those other ones that we removed using the legend down below. Okay, so I may try to go as far as figuring that out, but we'll see. That's a little bit more complicated. Now with the combination chart, it's built into Caspio, so if you do that with the combination, both will behave the same exact way as you click inside the legend, right? So the other one that I have up here, so if you do click inside it, because it's built into Caspio, there's no custom coding that you need to modify. It all behaves the same exact way. Okay, so if I remove that, same thing. All right, and the final one that I want to show you today, which I thought was pretty cool, was to do the pie and the spline together with the area chart. So if I hit preview, you can now see 3 different charts inside a single viewport where we have the pie chart. Again, I'm going to figure out how to format this today. We have up here at the very top, which is giving us our grand total, and then we have our column chart. So if we look at this one, if I hit edit, again, I'm using the column chart. But in the footer section now, I am combining both the pie chart and also the line chart. So I've also added some parameters here to modify the position of the chart if you guys want to. So for example, let's hit preview from here. You can see the position of the chart. You can modify the coordinates. So if we do, let's say 200 and maybe 50 from the top, and I hit preview, okay, you can see how it moves the chart. I can also change the size of the chart. So if I want to make this chart smaller, maybe 80, and hit preview, you will see a much smaller chart. Okay, so again, our support team came out with this tutorial not long ago, I think about 2 weeks ago. I got my hands on it last week, and I'm still kind of working things through it just to figure out what other options you can add to the code in order to reposition elements, add the currency, change the formatting, because it's not built into the data page wizard, so it has to be done outside using a little bit of script. But it's pretty cool nonetheless, because you can combine many different charts together. And this is really what I wanted to show you today. Just a very simple ability to combine charts. If you look at the how-to that we have on our website, you'll be able to pretty quickly even yourself get this to work. The only one that you don't see here is the pie chart, which is the one that I liked and I added, and figure out how to work the coordinates. So I'm going to figure out how to add the formatting, the currency, and the digits. That's my next step. And once I figure that out, I'll put all of this in a Word document. I'll clean this up for you guys, and you guys can try it out yourself in your data pages if you'd like. The only other limitation that I would, now that I'm thinking about this, is when you're receiving parameters, if you're having dashboards, and you want to filter out the data in the chart, yeah, the only one that's really going to receive those values is the main chart, but not the one that you add as a script in the footer of the section, unless you, again, further modify the parameters here in the code. So it's a good solution. If you're not filtering data, if you're just displaying charts, I think that it works just fine. It just adds another element to your chart. But yeah, just know about the pros and cons. I want to make sure you guys understand all the limitations and pros and cons before you start implementing this. And if there's a follow-up question, just let me know via email. If you guys do end up using that, let me know. I can work on this offline because it's easier for me just to go through the HighCharts library just to see what they have with the series and what can be plotted. And then I can send you guys back the code, or I can update the Word document in the description of the YouTube video to include all of these updates as people have questions about it. Okay. Just like with the modal that I did a couple of weeks ago, I still have questions. I still have people emailing me about the modal pop-up, which is completely fine. I think that's great because we can always keep the document updated as more and more questions come out. Because people will have different solutions, different needs. I had somebody using a report data page inside a modal pop-up as opposed to my original solution with the submission form. And now when you add and remove items from the report, you need to modify the modal a little bit because it's a different data page inside it. So we are continuously striving to make all of these solutions workable in many different scenarios, depending on the workflow and the functionality of the app. Hypothetical wink right back at you. Yeah, you're welcome. Let me see if there are any questions. Again, today's tutorial is going to be quick, as you can see. It's a very simple and somewhat elegant solution to copy and paste the code that you see here in the how-to. And I'm also going to be doing this one next week. I'll see if I can modify it slightly and give you guys a better example, a real-life example of how you can actually use this code to grab somebody's location. Which for demographic purposes is helpful to know, especially let's say a real estate type example. Could be helpful to know. So we'll be looking at this one next week. You guys can try to implement this yourself if you'd like, and I will see if there are any customization options on the script that can be modified in different use cases. And then let me know if you guys want to see something new the following week. Okay. Last couple of weeks, I've used the tutorials from the how-to. I'd like to get back into building a full-on application. So if there is an example you guys would like to see, let me know. Maybe for a specific industry or a specific project type. Let me know if you guys would like me to build something from scratch. Just keep in mind we only have 1 hour. We can exceed that one hour. It's not a problem. I just need to time myself as I build the solution out. Okay. Well, I hope that you enjoyed today's lesson. It was a very quick lesson. I will again provide all of the code for you guys in the Word document. Let me just see if I can figure out the formatting. I'll make that available in the description. Thanks, Tracy, Katie. Thanks for coming back to these sessions. I do appreciate it. You guys can also, and Brian, you too, Northwest. If you guys want to add these sessions to your calendar, you can. If you go under resources and click on free online training, we have these buttons available now to add to Outlook and add to Google Calendar. You don't have to show up, but it's there as a reminder if you guys would like to add this to your calendars. Our Monday live stream. Hey, Simon. All right. So with that, have a good week. If you have any questions for me, feel free to send me an email. If you have any suggestions, please, will you ever do a real estate listings again? Do you want me to build a real estate listings application? I can. But what do you mean by will you ever do real estate listings again? Just let me know what you mean by that question. If you can elaborate, that would be very helpful. Okay. We can build that out. Let's go to our website really quickly and let's take a look at our app templates. And if we go to, where is it? Real estate listings. Now, what you could do, since we already have the application created, you could request this application and we can upload it into your account. And then you can see how it was created. It is a somewhat comprehensive application, 36 data pages. There's no way for me to build all 36 data pages in 1 hour. That's just an insurmountable task on my end. It's just not going to happen. I think when I've timed myself, I think the most that I can do is about 10 or 15. 15 is pushing it. I'd have to build it very quickly. So what we could do is build a miniature version of a real estate listings application where maybe agents can log in, see their inquiries. I won't have any time to build a map. I won't have any time to build a custom looking results page using HTML and CSS, but we could build a search interface. We could do listings with the image. We can contact the agent that's listing the property. And then the agent can log in and they can review all of the inquiries. That's something that we could build. We would have time to do something like that. So if you like that idea of building a smaller version of this real estate listings, that's something that's definitely we could do. And then you can expand upon that as your knowledge of the Caspio platform grows. I'll be more than happy to do that. So if you want, let's add that to our queue. We can add that after our session on, where's my how-to? I think I navigated away from how-to. So let's take a look. So we'll do this one on Monday next week. And then after that, which will be, let's see, the 23rd. Of May. Hopefully that doesn't fall on a holiday. I'm really bad when it comes to holidays. So if there's no holiday that falls on a Monday on the 23rd, we'll do the real estate listings build on the 23rd. Okay, and we'll build that out from scratch. I might have my tables created like I usually do. But then I will connect my tables using relationships, and then we'll build out all the data pages and authentications. Okay. All right. Does that sound good with everyone? We can do the real estate build. I'll see how much we can put into it. But as I said before, 10 to 15 data pages is usually how far I can push it, given the time that we have. And then I will also embed them into a web page. So I'll probably use Weebly to demonstrate the embed deployment. Sounds good? All right. That's what we'll do. We have a new topic. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my live stream. I know it's either super early in the morning for some people if you're international, but I know it's also Monday, usually the busiest day of the week for many people, including myself. Please, can you help me search the advanced search real estate listings? Advanced search. Let's go back to that and let's take a look at public view. So are you saying create the advanced search like that? Would you like to see? Okay, yeah, we can do that. There are a number of different ways to go about from basic search to advanced. You can also use our rules tab to do that. I think I've actually done something like this in the past in our previous live streams, where you could have maybe a checkbox to expand additional fields. But yeah, we can definitely do something like that. I'll include that in my proof of concept for the 23rd. No problem at all. All right. If you would like to add more things to the scope, let me know via email. I'm going to send my email in the chat. Please don't abuse my email. If you have a quick question, I'm happy to answer it, but please don't send me any project requirements. We have people at Kaspi who can handle those types of questions. But if you have an idea or something you'd like to include in that live stream, just send me an email and I will try to include it if we have enough time. Okay. So far, we have the basic and the advanced search, which is something that we'll include. I think we can do that. But as I said, we can have a search interface, we can have a list view, we can go into details, and then we should be able to contact the real estate agent by sending a message. And then we're going to have the agents that can log in and be able to review the inquiries that are coming in and also manage their properties. Okay. I'll see if we can add this styling where we can just tab back and forth between images. This is not a standard feature in Kaspi. It requires some JavaScript to do that. I'll see if we can add that in. Otherwise, with standard features, we would just have the images show up one underneath the other in regular size like this. But let's see if we can make it a little bit more dynamic. And then, description and the features of the home, all that good stuff. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming back. I will go ahead and end the live stream. Have a good week. See you next Monday. And I promise to have a better example next Monday. Okay, we're going to have a real life example. I'll build something out on why it's beneficial to collect somebody's location upon submission of the form. That data is important in some use cases. I don't want to make my examples too bland. I want to actually have a real life example so you guys can see how that can be used. So I'll make that a point for myself moving forward. All right. Thank you, Katie. Thank you all. And I'll see you soon. All right. Have a good week. Bye-bye.